So we have like a hold on launch. And so we give ourselves. So
okay.
So I enter. Okay, hello, welcome everybody. April, what do you say? We do a faster.
42nd Street leading to Times Square.
Hey, Adriano.
Oh, just a moment.
No, can I test in the meantime the share the screen option for me for the presentation?
Okay. And then I want to thank.
Wait a moment.
Okay, I will do.
We're going live. Okay, we are going live now. And I'm not sure if we already have live or not. Let me check.
Okay, and then we have Stephen.
Hello, everybody. It's wonderful to be here.
Yes, we are live. Okay, we are live. People, we are live. We can start.
Yes. Okay. Can somebody forward the link to Hank? Yeah. No, but it's the same link as this morning.
It's the same link
Yes.
as this morning.
Yes. Okay, I just see. Countdown. Please count down everybody. In your, we are live, so we are going to count down. Please, all of you, count down from 10 o'clock, from 10 in your native language. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we are launched. And so, okay, let's see what we have. Welcome everybody to the launch our Time Art Gallery event. And so where we are going to celebrate the upcoming launch of the Moon Gallery. Yes, so we have here assembled some various experts from space, artists, local community. And so I would like to introduce our host here. And this is April. So, okay, please. Yeah. So now, yes, you come here. Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm April Zhang Aojiu. I'm the manager of this Time Art Gallery. It's our honor to host this event here. We're also very excited for this project, and congratulations to the artists for sending their artwork to the moon. Congratulations and all the best. Thank you.
Excellent. And so we got access to New York thanks to our long time art and space friends. So we have with us Matthew and Claire. So can you?
Always a pleasure to help, and we love Bernard, and any project that he has, we're always willing to lend a hand.
Aloha.
Excellent. So now let's proceed and do a fast round through our presentation, which has been assembled by our dear EuroMoonMars communication officer. That is, okay, so do we see that here? And this is Moon Gallery ISS test flight. Do you see it well on the other continent? Do you see the presentation? So let's go for it. Okay, if we can. Yes, 19th February 2022, we are going to launch the first gallery of art and science to space. Now, because we are in space, I'm out of Earth, so I can get rid of my mask because on my spaceship, we have our special protocol. And we still, okay, so we are going to launch 19th February, this gallery that is made of 64 art pieces plus another one, and the first gallery of art and science in space. And so we are going to organize a few events on the way to this launch. We had one this morning. Now we have one this Time Art Gallery. We'll have some in Washington, DC, and then we'll go to Wallops Island to see the launch. So we fly the Moon Gallery with Nanoracks to the International Space Station. And so, yeah, we have with us Kete. So he will, Kete Rock, he will explain us later. So everything is nominal. Rock, yes?
Yeah,
Looks
so
good.
far everything looks good. Pre-launch testing is underway, and so far everything looks great.
So we are green.
Fingers crossed.
For launch in a few days. Okay, this is me. Okay, we have a quote. So really, we want to celebrate this first step in extending our cultural dialogue to space. And this builds on an idea which we developed actually 20 years ago, where we launched a series of artifacts, mostly scientific or technical, to space. First for 3 weeks ride in orbit, and then we retrieved it, and then later in 2008, on the International Space Station itself, we launched a payload for 1.5 years. And then we retrieved some of the samples to see how they survive in the extreme condition of space. But now we have this art gallery, which is prepared. And this is how it looks like. It has been assembled. Maybe Mary, you can join us, because Mary, come here. Mary is one of the curators of this, together with Anna and Lisa. So Anna and Lisa are looking at the code from ideas and developing the concept with artists and assembling some of the pieces on top. But they had always Mary making an help to put together this gallery. She designed the grid. So how was it?
How it was?
to of the assembling the gallery itself?
Oh, it was a real challenge, but well, fortunately we got the help of a person from Holland who also made the grid, and also through a special technique made the holes so we could use this for our artworks.
Excellent. So this has been put together also on a cube or rectangular structure with nanoracks, and they have a camera inside that will look at the grid from the back, but it will be also able to float in the International Space Station under the eyes of the astronauts. And we hope to see it in the cupola. So, yes.
The astronauts can see this part of the gallery, and we on Earth can see the inside of the gallery through the camera and the light, which is a kind of test for NASA. Nanoracks is using this and uses it as a test for Nanoracks to use this camera in the future for other projects.
And when the astronauts peek at it, we will see their face.
Yes.
Yes. So now we have the pleasure to have with us the Honorable Stefan Onigman, former General Counsel of the Navy. And so please.
Thank you for including me in this wonderful, inspiring project. As we know from looking in the ancient caves for tens and tens of thousands of years, man has had the impulse to create art. And man has also looked in the cosmos and wondered what was there. And all of a sudden today and on Saturday, we'll use high technology to combine art and science into space. So I wish you well, onwards and upwards.
Thank you very much. Thanks for New York City for welcoming us here. We went to many places. Before New York, we went also to a beautiful place in the US, but in Hawaii, where they brought some earlier version of the moon gallery to the summit towards Mauna Loa. It's a very base that our friend Hank Rogers has developed with the International Moon Base Alliance. So can you tell us more, Hank, about the moon base and what we can do there?
At High Seas, which is the Hawaii Space Exploration Analog and Simulation, we can practice living on another planet. We used to practice living on Mars. When we were practicing living on Mars, basically, if you go outside of our habitat, which is a 36-foot diameter dome, you have to wear a spacesuit. And if you communicate with the outside world from Mars, the signal takes 20 minutes to get back to Earth and 20 minutes to get back to Mars. So it's a 40-minute delay. But on the moon, which we are doing moon missions now, it's only 2.5 seconds each way. So basically what we're doing is we're studying how people are going to live on another planet. And the terrain that we occupy is a 100-year-old lava flow, and it's got lava tubes. So we can get dressed up in our suits and we go hiking and we find lava tubes, we go inside the lava tube and explore lava tubes. How exciting is that?
Excellent. Thank you, Hank. Indeed, we invite everybody in our Moon Village. The Moon Village is for all fields, not only the scientists and engineers like I am, but also the others, the designers, the architect, the artists, also people that want to do business, extract resources, that want to develop also inspiration for the next generation. We want to exploit the resources of the moon. And what is the most valuable resource? This is creativity. And we want to inspire all the kids to do science, to do art, and to go towards this new planet that we are going to, we call the moon our 8th continent. We are going to settle there. And for that, we have a group called EuroMoonMars that we have created 10 years ago. At the same time, we have created the ART-MoonMars platform to cross between artists and space scientists. And so they are calling us here. And we have also done some campaign, for instance, in Etna recently, in the middle of the COVID campaign. We could not meet before we went to the volcano. And so we have with us also Serena Croti. So she's our architect, designer, and also she's our EuroMoonMars communication officer. Serena, are you with us?
Serena is not here.
So, okay, so she's already on the moon, but you see a beautiful quote, extra, and she's very amazed how we can put, our thoughts, our ideas, our art in such a tiny cells. So now let's talk about the artist. Artist in the wide sense. No artist, everybody is an artist. Everybody should be a scientist and should also know the environmental space, because we have to know where we are going to expand our civilization. Everybody also is an astronaut from spaceship Earth. So let's see who are our astronaut artists. Here are the names, and some of them are with us online. We had a show where we could talk with some of them today, and we are going to make more introduction to the individual artists. But some of them are here. So from the very New York, we have Hank Rogers. He's a citizen of New York, of Hawaii, and also of planet Earth, that he's trying to say.
Hank Rogers again.
Yeah.
Hank Rogers. The French people don't know how to pronounce my name.
Yeah.
So when I heard about the project, I thought, what can I send to the moon that means something? That means something not only to the gallery, but that means something to me. And so I have a piece of art. Is it on the screen?
Oh yeah, it's nice. Okay.
There you go. Okay, so there's my little art piece. It's gold on the outside, representing the greed of humanity. There's a white disc on the inside representing the moon, ruby, sapphire, diamond. So there's red, white, and blue representing the United States and Russia and my home country and his home country, because we're spacefaring countries. Those are little tiny 1.2 perfect 57 cut 1.2 millimeter diamonds, gems. And in the middle is something that's very near and dear to me, very personal, because it's my human pearl. It's something that I created myself. It is my kidney stone.
What?
And yeah.
Yeah.
It's for real. I have one right here. I have one right here. So my kidney stone is going to the ISS on Saturday, and it's going to the moon on 2024. So thank you.
Comment, man. Excellent. Okay, we have another celebrated New York artist, that Eva PETRIC, and she is also a citizen of Slovenia, Austria, and New York. And she has been part of our ART-MoonMars initiative quite early on, and she has worked in collaboration with some artifacts that she's sending to the ISS. Eva.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. I have been a part of this project since 2015, when I met Bernard at the EGU conference, and he invited me to be part of this moon simulation at ESTEC, where I was invited to experience extreme isolation, and then invited to come up with 2 projects that would help astronauts combat feelings of isolation. So that made me really think, what is kind of the epicenter of what it means to be an Earthling, or even more so an Earthling in the human form. And I came up with this image, which I call Earthling Tattoo Seal. And it's the translation of a shadow, which could be anyone's shadow, because I think our footprint on this planet is, we have a shadow. So it's our kind of physical data bank that we are here. And the Earthling, its end station would be that it would be a tattoo on the skin of an astronaut. So the ISS is a kind of stepping stone to that, I hope. And the other project is a fragrance called the Data Bank of Emotions. And I'm fascinated by fragrance because it is really one of the things that catalyzes for emotions faster than anything in us. And so I thought, if there is a message that we humans send into the black ocean of the cosmos, let it be the Data Bank of Emotions, a fragrance. So that is what makes us humans. And the fragrance is created from linden and catalyzes for feelings of Earth, of home.
Yeah, so when we travel to space and to the moon, we bring with us this DBE, the Data Bank of Emotions. And actually, we brought some of it to some of our campaign in Hawaii, in Iceland. And tonight, because I knew there were a number of very nicely dressed ladies and gentlemen, I put a bit of DBE on me, some fragrance to be part of this global event, which is not only visual, but that is also including other sort of art, humanities, and music, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. So here are some views of Earthling, yes. And so we have also with us, coming to New York, our Mary Kuiper. You can see here, very inspired by trees and by the moon and the clouds. So can you describe your art piece in 1 minute, no more?
In 1 minute, okay. Well, it was in 2018 when I met Bernard, and also I heard about the Moon Gallery, and I was fascinated by this idea to be able to send an art piece to the moon. The question was, what would you like to archive for future generations to be sent to the moon? And how do you think you can express this in a piece of art that will fit in 1 cubic centimeter point? That's a big question. And a tiny bit of space. I usually work with bronze and a lot with nests. And I thought, okay, forget the bronze, forget your nests, because 1 kilo of material costs 1 million to send to the moon. So I wanted to have another material. And then I was thinking, okay, what's been important? What's on the human mind? And then I came up with the transportation, and also the fact that humans want to expand their environment. In the past, in ancient period, it was with horses. Now they use rockets. So I went a lot to ESTEC by invitation by Bernard, looked videos, whatever. And I noticed that the word horsepower was used many, many times when space people were talking about engines. And that was something that really came close to me, because my father was a kind of horse whisperer. And then space people use the word horsepower. What's power? What's horsepower? What's power? So I started to talk with.
So you want to bring a horse to the moon?
Yeah, but that's not possible. So I came up through conversations with scientists of the mitochondrial DNA. Mitochondrial DNA is the power plant in our cells, and also horses have this containing in the follicles of their hair. Bingo, hair is light, so okay, I have to construct something with hair. It's also very thin, so finally I decided to make this circle, because the circle can expand. If you throw it in the water, you can see a stone in the water, you can see it spreading. And also this whole project is also really making my horizon bigger. And I went to Iceland to collect the Icelandic horsehair because Icelandic horses are the purest horses with hardly no diseases that you see anywhere else. That's my story.
And you are very good with, I was there with you, she was talking to them and she could borrow the hair. Thank you, Mary. And we are bringing New York to space, to the moon, and we have with us Masahito Ono, which actually has already sent some artwork to space, and now is coming with us. So, Masahito.
Okay, so thank you very much for the introduction. So this is actually my second time sending this artwork up to the space. So the first time was in 2020 on one of the space expeditions to the ISS. So this is the second time this work is going back to space. And what it is it's a magnet. It's a small piece of magnet. And what magnet does is at the altitude of where the ISS is prime, which is about 4,400 kilometers above the sea level. Because the ARSHAN is a very strong magnetic field, the magnet gets attracted by that magnetic field. So it's always pointing towards the position of the Earth, no matter what way the location of the ISS is. So what I wanted to do with this work is I think this little thing becomes a little artifact that embodies, our impulse to keep exploring the space and outside of, our own sphere. And at the same time, it also shows how we belong to the Earth and to this planet. So that's what my project is about. And yeah, I mean, it's been really exciting. And so this work, why trying for the second time, I think that's going to be a long story to talk about. But what happens is our work is an incomplete work because it's not complete. Because what completes the work is the fact that it's going to the space. And that's something that we all have to think about. So when it goes to this ISS for the second time, it gains another meaning. When it goes to the moon, it transforms into something else. So that's my.
It's a journey. It's a journey, and I think thank you, and I encourage you to join the journey. And so we have also with us remotely, we have a contribution from other artists like ALEXANDRA, ARSHAN, SKAYA. We early on was doing a solo exhibition at the European Space Research and Technology Center, and she's sending a project, Vanishing Point, which is about the concept of perspective, and which has also very strong neuroscience components, how we perceive space with our two eyes and our brain. And so she has been long with us. We have also some Irish artists from Dublin, Gillian and Justin, and the art piece here is a very miniaturized, and they are joining us on this voyage. So we heard also this morning, we were in connection with Padova, a great city of art, but also a city of science where Galileo was teaching. And we have artist ANNAMARIA ZANELLA that developed a project that is inspired by the stars that are in the Scrovegni Chapel in Padova. And she has some work with some of this blue pigment inside tiny gold glass spheres. And these are going to float in space, quite interesting. RENZO PASQUALE, also from Padova, is inspired by Galileo. And Galileo, in 1610, they pointed the telescope at Jupiter and discovered the Galilean moons. And but also, you can see some views of this art piece, which is gold coated, and looking at various aspects of Galileo's work, in particular the first drawing of the moon through a telescope. And where Galileo was mentioning, oh, this might be mountains, and this is what you could see of the Earth if you put something around the Earth. So like inventing remote sensing 400 years before we could fly some of these spacecraft. So these are some of these pieces there. We have also this morning, we heard Ronald Fless that, can you give me the heart? Yeah, that wrote, that has conceived a piece which is called The Heart of Friendship. He's a great traveler between South Africa, Korea, and he's also a great musician. He plays in our space strings quartet. And this morning he played for us some Bach music. We say always Bach to the moon. And so that is art of a friendship. And he was due to come here, and he was stopped in his travel by some pandemics constraint, but he has sent his art here to New York. Then we have Guy Livingstone. Yes, thank you. We have Guy Livingstone, also an artist, a pianist, but also a composer, and very inspired by silence. Actually, in his music, there's more silence than sound, but like John Cage did. But in his work, he has a miniature ballet of silence, the walls in microgravity. So you have various spheres that will float. We heard also Dana LaMonda, also a Dutch artist, and she wants to send a woman to the moon. We have spent 24 men around the moon, 12 on the surface, not a woman. So it's time to change. And she's going to send a woman. Here is a picture of the woman that she wants to send. Actually, it's a portrait of herself in the stairs. So, but how does it fit in a 1 cubic centimeter? So she took this picture, she put it in pieces that it fits in a 1 cubic centimeter. And then you have, also this nude that goes down the stair. This is a nude going up. And so we have also Anastasia and mine that I met at the European Geoscience Union, where also I met Eva, and they have a beautiful piece, When the Rose Petal Travels to the Moon. And that's some nice conversation about the Little Prince, the Petit Prince that we say, that is as its own asteroid. So now let's hear about what is going to happen with the launch. So we are a special expert rocketer that is going to debrief us on where we are with the launch.
So hello everybody. I'm gonna try to keep it really brief because I know you are already looking forward to the drinks and the food. So let's go. Can we go to the next slide? Oh, can I just share my screen and it's gonna be a bit easier?
Yes, okay. I give you the floor.
Okay, great. Okay, so here I'm going to talk. I won't talk you through the launch profile this time. So just to keep it brief, I will just more or less give you an update. So we are launching once again, just as a reminder, we are launching on top of the Antares rocket in a ISS resupply vehicle called Cygnus that's located here on the top of the rocket. Basically, the whole flight from the engine ignition at T0 till the payload separation is going to take around 9 minutes or so. And yeah, how it currently looks like, we are just completing the basically pre-launch wet rehearsal. We've rocket up with the propellant, evacuated all of the people away from the space center and simulate the countdown. Everything went fine, so we are on track for the launch on Saturday. On Saturday. So currently the launch. So here are some pictures of the rollout of the rocket from the horizontal integration facility to the launch pad. It took approximately 4 hours to get the rocket from there to the launch pad, but now the rocket is already standing vertically. It will be lowered tomorrow back into horizontal position to load the late cargo. This is mostly biological experiments into the rocket, because those have to be loaded as late as possible. And here are the launch date is current. So the launch window opens at 5:39 p.m. UTC on Saturday. Hopefully it is an instantaneous launch window. So basically there's only a single opportunity to launch each day. If there is any issue during the countdown, the launch likely scrapped for the day, and we can try again around 24 hours. And if Cygnus launches on Saturday, it will arrive to the ISS on Monday, and then hopefully the payload Moon Gallery should be unloaded from Cygnus and brought to the Columbus module on Wednesday. Now you can get to the drinks.
Thank you very much, Kate. So that's bravo. That was very effective, adapted to the time that we have before the launch our drink event, where we are going to be filled with some special space propellant our vehicles. And so now I want also to share the view of our audience here that is in this fine art gallery. Yeah, you can say, look at, and so, where is the moon? Okay, and so we have also some beautiful display of some of the pieces that we have brought. We have also some special posters. So now is an interactive session where I would like to invite you all to enjoy, talk to the artists that are here, that can talk to their own work, but enjoy this great event.
Before you finish,
yes.
When will the Moon Gallery come down from the ISS?
So, yeah, the plan is that it could be at the end of this year. It could be a 6 months where it's there. Then we will have it down. We hope that we need to maintain a permanent presence of art in space. So before it comes back, let's work on a project to send other art in space. And we are now discussing with some possible actors and some collaborators of our Lunar Explorers Society, Art on Mars, EuroMoonMars, to find a way also for the next mission going to the moon. There are some with a commercial lunar payload service, some colleagues that are bringing rovers or cameras to the moon. We try to get it on board with small artifacts, and hopefully with the Moon Gallery full itself, we try to be there before 2024. And we are working to get always some culture and art and science technology together every time we go to the moon, because this is part of who we are. We are astronauts from Spaceship Earth, and in our brain, in our hands, we have all this ability to be scientists, engineers, artists, explorers, also make business, make some new politics maybe on the moon, new governance, learning how to work all together internationally, and also a bit look back to learn how we can cooperate and take care also of our own planet before we are going to settle in our double planet, the Earth-Moon double planet. So thanks very much, everybody. And now I raise my glass to all of you. And, yes, and the bar is open. So thanks, everybody. Enjoy. Yes, okay. Enjoy.
I think that's it, Adriano.
Do you think the meeting is over?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
They opened the bar, so they are unleashed.
Okay, okay. So we can close it.
Yeah, we can close it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adriano. Have a nice week.
Ciao, ciao.